There once was a Christian congregation who dreamed of becoming more inclusive, more diverse. And so they planted a seed. An alternative Sunday school program was planned where people of all ages and all abilities were welcomed. And behold, this project came to fruition. And not only did it come to fruition, it grew and it grew and it grew. And this program was called the Young at Heart. And the congregation was called Siloam United Church. There once was a Christian congregation who dreamed of becoming affirming of the LGBTQ community, to publicly uphold all who identified as gay, queer, bisexual, transgender. This congregation planted a seed. They became an affirming community, mounting their pride flags, painting a rainbow, marching in a parade. And this congregation was called Siloam United Church. There once was a Christian congregation that had been blessed with a lot of arable land. Someone had a vision, and so they literally planted a seed. The volunteers were rallied, the grants were sought, the not-for-profit was solicited, and behold, an urban garden came to fruition. Vegetables and fruit were harvested, the multitudes were fed, and this congregation was called Siloam United Church. Let's return to our parable. Biblical scholars confirm that realistically, the peasant farmer of first century Palestine could expect a yield of barely 25%. But Jesus ends the parable on a surprisingly uplifting note. The seeds which fall on good soil bear fruit and yield as much as 100-fold, which is much more than a peasant could dream of. Friends, there will be times when we plant seeds and the fruits of our labors are not immediately apparent. I'll tell you one more true story. Back in the early 70s, a little boy, we're going to call him Colin, was in grade 1. And his teacher noted that he was very bright, but very distracted. At that point, attention deficit hyperactive disorder had only recently been recognized, and teachers were not trained in how to deal with it. So Colin's teacher pondered, how could she help him? So she found an ordinary cardboard box, and she reshaped it and put it on Colin's desk so he could sit at his desk and be shielded from the other students, undistracted. This was a solution that enabled Colin to learn and to grow. 50 years later, Colin still tells a story about his grade 1 teacher. And what does Colin do now? He's a teacher, of course. Friends, we all plant seeds. Some of them grow to fruition, some of them do not. But even when our seeds appear to yield nothing at all, we're called to keep our eyes open, for pleasant surprises are frequently in store. Thanks be to God.